Hey everybody, what is up? It's Jackson here. Welcome back to the channel. How's everybody doing? How is everybody in the JTG Nation going so far? Hope everybody's having a good day. So today, not only am I giving you guys another commentary, but I'm going to be giving you guys another hater story. And this is actually my final hater story, because I'm not going to lie, I only had 3 crazy experiences with haters, and this is the last experience I had. And it was also quite recent too. This happened last year, and I'm going to be telling you guys about it. So this is the time I pretty much called out a hater for basically attention seeking, and what he did as a result is kind of beyond me, and it's still beyond me to this day. So yeah, let's get right on to it, shall we? So before going with anything, I'm gonna say this right now. This guy was actually a supporter. I don't know when he started showing up, but all I know is that when he first showed up, he was actually really touched about the fact that like there was a powerful amount of positivity in my streams. So back when I used to do daily streams, he always stops by to show support. In fact, there was some moments where like he always be stopping by my streams first just to show support before everyone else could stop by at some point, like, you know. So yeah, he was one of the best supporters I've had on my channel. And yeah, so a couple of months go by, haven't seen him in those couple of months because of the fact that he was focusing on school. But when he came back, he started to show a little bit of a weird behavior. There were some moments where like he used to pull jokes in the chat and just be funny at some point, but he started showing a little bit of a extreme way to do it when he first started showing up again. Like, you know, like this guy always be saying some weird, crazy stuff in the chat that not only weirded me out, but he was weirding everybody else out in the chat as well. We were playing along with it, thinking that he was trolling, and, you know, just letting him have his fun at some point, like, you know. But the more he started showing up, the more he started to give out a weird vibes. Like, there were some moments where he had a separate account pretending to be his brother, and him and his quote-unquote brother lived in the same house together. They be having full-blown conversations in the chat, and full-blown fights, full-blown arguments, and they said that they never talked to each other in the house. But whenever I stream, they always be having full-blown conversations. I don't know about y'all, but I found that pretty unusual. And then there were a few moments where like he made separate accounts pretending to be my mods in my chat. He made complete exact replica of their accounts, pretending to be them at some point. And he even made an account which is an exact replica of my account, pretending to be me. So there was a point where like he'd be showing up in my friend's account pretending to be me at that point, which I found really strange. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what his intent was, but all I know is that, I don't know, it's just he had some way of trolling, which was exactly what I thought back then. But as days goes on, when I continue to stream and he continued showing up, it started getting more downhill. Like there'll be some moments where like I be asking him how he's doing, and he always be saying that he be having a bad day, and I always be turning to suicide at some point. And when he first started doing this, everybody in my chat, including myself, tried to help him out with advice. No matter what we tell him, no matter what advice we give him, he just doesn't listen. Like, he always be making it worse out of it. So it took us like 10 to 15 minutes to try to get through to him. And it's like, you know, yeah. And then he started doing it more frequently at some point. Like, you know, he even did it in one of my friends' stream when me and another YouTuber who was also a very close friend of mine, he started doing it in his stream as well. And when he started doing it in his stream, at that point, I knew he was making it up. And I wasn't the only one that was thinking that. Like another supporter of mine, who's also a really close friend of mine, he started messaging me on Instagram saying he started to have a feeling that he was doing it for attention, and I believed him. Because why are you keep saying that you are depressed, you are stressed, you are thinking suicidal, and carrying it on to another friend of mine's stream at some point, like, you know. But anyways, fast forwarding to where I called him out on. During that moment, I was actually doing a collaboration with my buddy Blue on Borderlands 2. It was actually my first time playing Borderlands 2 at the time, and he was actually showing me the ropes because he plays Borderlands 2 at some point. I ran out of breath saying that, sorry about that. Anyways, the collab itself was actually pretty fun. Me and Blue was having a blast in Borderlands 2. Everybody in my chat was getting along perfectly. Everybody was showing support. The guy was there also. He wasn't doing anything bad yet. And yeah, everything was doing just fine. until towards the end of the stream. This guy all of a sudden said that his family member passed away, and I was telling him, sorry to hear about that, I hope things will get better for you. And then it was like, things will get better for me, my life sucks, life is too hard for me, it's too much for me to handle and stuff like that. Just basically out of the blue, just, you know, started talking crazy again and ruining the vibes of the stream. And this time I was just basically letting him just talk, because at that point I had enough of it. He started doing it too much to the point where it started getting ridiculous. I just had enough. Everybody in my chat was trying to calm him down and everything and stuff like that. And I told the chat not to bother, because I told him that he was doing it for attention again. And when I said that, everybody in the chat was just, you know, ignoring him also. And then all of a sudden he started saying, goodbye, I'm not faking this and stuff like that. And, you know, he started counting down in the chat. And when he started doing that, I just thought he was being ridiculous, and you know, I just timed him out. And then a few minutes later, he came back with another account. He was asking what happened, and I was like, what do you mean? And then he said that he heard gunshots coming from down the street. That was odd. And then he just out of the blue just said that he's one of the guy's friends who lives down the street from him. I kind of felt bad, because I actually thought that he did it. Anyways, the next day comes, I was just chilling on YouTube, and then I see my friend who I collabed with the first time, the guy that was, you know, talking negative about himself in the chat on his side at some point. I saw that he was streaming, and then I went to see what was going on over there. When I stopped by his stream, guess who I saw? It was that guy, alive and well, trolling on his side as well. And when I first saw that, it pissed me off, dude. I was so angry. He faked the whole situation for attention. And when I saw that, I called him out instantly. I told everybody in the chat, including my friend, exactly what was going on. They just completely went against the guy and just banned him right off the bat. And then he just kept coming back with multiple accounts saying, stop banning me, stop doing this, stop doing that. He used all of these accounts to subscribe to this guy, basically sub-botting him at this point. Like, you know, like it was just straight up ridiculous. Instead of manning up about the situation and admitting that he was caught, he just decided to attack people. And later on that night, I decided to stream, and I let all my mods know that if he comes back with multiple accounts, you guys know what to do. Ban him on sight, because I had enough of this dude. I'm done with him and stuff like that. And as predicted, he did raise havoc in my stream. He disliked botted my stream and started commenting in the chat saying that, oh, I have friends coming over to dislike your stream and stuff like that. Like, it was just ridiculous, because why would you do all this? Like, I'm telling you, that stream had up to 33 dislikes, and then it went back down to 18 from one person with multiple accounts. Insane, right? And when all his accounts were banned, I've been told that he was just trolling the entire time and wanted to apologize to me. So I unbanned his main account and let him come to me and see what he had to say. He apologized, and y'all might come at me in the comments when I say this, but I forgave him. But the thing I will hold a grudge for is joking about suicide and just basically making a mockery out of it just for attention. That was the worst thing he could have ever done. So yeah, I forgave him, and we both just went our separate directions. And to this day, he is currently banned. I haven't heard from him ever since, but I have been seeing dislikes in my streams. Probably from him, I don't know. Probably from the first hater, but who cares? Because at the end of the day, dislikes don't bother me. I don't see why people get bothered by it at some point. But let me tell you right now, it doesn't bother me. So people can dislike my videos, my streams, anytime they want to. It just won't get to me. Like, you know? So anyways, that was the story on me calling out this guy for basically just begging for attention. And he attacked everybody as a result. So, yeah. So anyways, man, I hope you guys enjoyed the story, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this video as a whole. And if you did, make sure you guys drop a like. And if you are new to the channel, watching the video and did not subscribe yet, make sure you guys do. May the JTG Nation be with you all. I love you guys so much. You guys are truly awesome. Thank you so much for the non-stop support that you guys have been showing recently. And yeah, I'm Jackson, and I'll see you guys in the next stream. And yeah, peace out for now.